The Monday Night Football games are something many fans look forward to because they are entertaining and many teams quickly rack up points. But this wasn't the case in the Dallas Cowboys vs. New York Giants match on 26 September. It turned out to be a disappointing game, but CeeDee Lamb managed to make up for it nonetheless. Today we'll be talking about how he redeemed himself, so make sure to keep watching. First off, fans see a disappointing game at the Cowboys vs. Giants match. During the first half of the Cowboys vs. Giants game, neither side scored much and it was overall disappointing for fans. Their combined score reached only 9 points before halftime. For the first 30 minutes, both teams weren't able to score a single touchdown. Despite their failure to do so, the Cowboys had no shortage of opportunities to do so. This was mostly because of CeeDee Lamb's brutal drop. With the Cowboys leading 6-3 and just less than 5 minutes left in the first half, Lamb broke wide open on a downfield pass. He was able to get cornerback Dane Belton of the Giants turned around and had 5 yards of distance from him when a pass came in his direction from fellow team member quarterback Cooper Rush. Rush threw a great pass, but Lamb failed to catch it, and the ball bounced off his hands and fell to the ground. Many had expected this to be an easy pass for the Cowboys' top receiver. Lamb made another mistake as well. He would have had an opportunity to score if he had reeled in the pass. If Belton had cut off his only angle to the end zone, he still would have given the Cowboys a red zone drive. The chance was there, but he missed it. Later, while talking to reporters during the post-game news conference, he acknowledged that he was still regretting his blunder during the third quarter. Next up, CeeDee Lamb's teammates refused to back down and propped him up during the match. When talking about how he messed up in the field, he said it was honestly very frustrating for him. He said that he practiced consistently for weeks the entire offseason to hone in on the ball, but he still let that one slip away, so it was a difficult third quarter. Even though all his teammates supported him and told him to let it go, and that they still have more games left, Lamb admitted that he still kept thinking about it. Despite his blunder, the Cowboys weren't afraid to rely on Lamb. In fact, they started to target him even more after it. Of the total 12 targets that he had in the game, 9 of them happened after his dropout. His teammates continuing to rely on him and giving him a bigger role was just the wake-up call Lamb needed to come out of the self-doubt that he'd been riddled with. He said that when he continuously heard his number being called, he realized that it was his chance again. He decided to step up. It was compulsory. In the fourth quarter, Lamb got his number called early and many times. He was targeted 5 times in the game-winning touchdown drive of the Cowboys. Lamb brought in 4 of the passes for 48 yards and scored a touchdown which gave us a definite result. The 23-year-old made an impressive catch with one hand during the play, and his feet got down on the left side of the end zone. Thirdly, his teammates' encouragement played a big part in Lamb getting motivated and showing what he's made of. This played a big part in helping Lamb make up for missing the chance for scoring earlier in the match. He gave the credit for allowing him to atone for his mistake to Kellen Moore. He'd been down in the dumps constantly thinking about the drop and feeling guilty about costing the team a potential touchdown, but Moore realized that and helped him overcome it by giving him more chances to score. He said that he appreciates Kellen for trusting him and all his teammates for having faith in his abilities. Lamb said he was prepared to do anything to make up for a touchdown, potentially, that he left in the second quarter. Lamb also thanked his teammates for giving him confidence that allowed him to continue making plays. The Cowboys won the game 23-16, and Lamb finished with 8 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown. The player estimated that the encouragement of his compatriots was what helped him get over the drop and not let it ruin his night. Lamb said that they preached toughness and willingness and that he was willing to put his body out on the line for the other 10 guys and the other guys on the sidelines. They believed in him and trusted his talent, and he also trusts in himself. Lamb said that there will be ebbs and flows and not everything will go the way he wants it to, but when it does, it will go big. Finally, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones praised Lamb for his great performance in fighting his disappointment. Lamb's accomplishments would have been even more impressive at the end of the match if he had caught the second quarter target, but what ultimately mattered was getting the desired result, and Lamb helped make that happen by not checking out for the last 30 minutes of the game. On Tuesday, during his appearance on Shan and RJ, Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, commended Lamb for his rebound later in the game. Jones said that he knows that players have to fight those setbacks and that football has a relatively small percentage of success. Jones said that he could see from his body language that while they were on defense, that Lamb had to fight through the disappointment eating at his heart. Eventually, he got up and walked to the other end of the bench, giving 5 to Cooper and told him he'll do better. It was obvious he was trying to make sure that the play wouldn't impact the night or him. Jones said that when he came back and played, he showed his mentality to keep going and keep driving. This helped him make a rebound from his mistake. Now in other news, first off, Mike McCarthy shows his worth after Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott couldn't play because of injury. Even though it's it's still early on in the season. The squad of Mike McCarthy has become good at overcoming odds. Dak Prescott, the star quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, was unable to play because of a thumb injury in Week 1. When it became clear that Cooper Rush would be taking over indefinitely, most people believed that their season would collapse. Ever since then, the Cowboys haven't lost a single time. Unexpected success like this increases the confidence in a team. On Thursday, McCarthy was asked if he ever used a point spread for motivating his team. At first, McCarthy said that he hadn't, but after a moment, he said he had asked for the point spread of the current week. After looking at it, he confidently declared that they were good and that he had already written his speech for Saturday night. Next up, Dorrance Armstrong says he's impressed by the University of Kansas and how their team improved. Dorrance Armstrong knows that he can't say too much when his teammates brag about their alma maters inside the Dallas Cowboys locker rooms. He said he never got into those arguments because he has no room to do that, and his teammates know. They tease him about it all the time, but he says that he's cool with it. Armstrong said that he went to Kansas. The University of Kansas football team has won more matches in the last few weeks than Armstrong won in 3 seasons. At the time of Armstrong's college career, Kansas was 3-33. In the latest AP poll, University of Kansas was ranked 19th while being 5-0. Armstrong said that he was impressed and happy. He said that he never saw anything like this when he was there. During Armstrong's time, the University of Kansas won 3 times, and 2 wins were against non-FBS level teams. Finally, Jason Peters will probably miss games after chest injury. While the Cowboys and Jason Peters were getting ready to face the Los Angeles Rams in Week 5, they got some bad news. During the practice, Peters suffered a chest injury, and on Friday got added to Dallas's injury report. It's probable that he won't be able to play on Sunday. The 9-time Pro Bowler will go through more tests, including an MRI, which will determine the extent and other details about the injury. If Peters misses time, Connor McGovern will be expected to shoulder the responsibility of getting the job done. He just came back last week from a high ankle sprain and now has the job of slowing down Aaron Donald, one of the best defensive linemen. The addition of Peter in August was an important factor in the development of Tyler Smith, the rookie first-round pick. This will still be the case in the future, even if he is sidelined. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think CeeDee Lamb did well fighting his disappointment and leading his team to a win? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.